Good evening and welcome to the May 2nd Historic Preservation Commission meeting. We'll call a meeting to order. With that, we'll do the roll call. Christy, could you do the roll?
George Piper, Casey Sampson.
Present.
Present.
Linda Ridgway. Present.
All right, we have a quorum to conduct business this evening. Moving on to approval of minutes. If those of you that have had a chance to review the minutes, seek a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion, second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much. We have no old business tonight, so I'll move to new business. And with that, we have a certificate of appropriateness. Could you give us the report, please?
Yep. Good evening, Commission. Tonight we have one applicant. The applicant is A. Campbell Properties, LLC, managed by Charles Campbell. I know him as Charlie. The address is 223 West North Street. And just a side note, I believe this is the nexus of the universe. The intersection of this address is West North Street and Northwest Street. So just keep that in mind. So you may see a DeLorean fly through there one day. This property has not been before the HPC. It is a classification as a contributing building. A contributing building is a building which is less than 50 years old and which is compatible with its historic surroundings, or a building which is over 40 years old and whose character remains but does not rise to the level of notable or outstanding. So I would put this one in the first category there of contributing, a building which is less than 50 years old. Charlie might have some more information on that, but I presume it's somewhere between 50 and 60 years old. This particular building is outside of our National Register of Historic Places district, so it is not included in the register. Tonight, the certificate of appropriateness is for window replacement and roof shingle replacement. The roof shingles are going to a black shingle, and I can, let's see, give you a picture of that. I figured out how to get all fancy with my iPad now, so I don't have to go any paper. So dangerous. Bear with me one second.
Well, look at that.
So that is a dimensional Owens Corning shingle, very typical. So that is the sample provided by the applicant for the shingle. I'm not going to give you a picture of the window replacement specs, but I will tell you that the windows proposed are a vinyl replacement window with a colonial grid pattern, and everything is white with the replacement window. So the current windows are aluminum, and they do have a grid pattern in them. Honestly, I drove by, and first couple times I looked, I was like, man, are those white aluminum windows? And they look white from the street when you drive by, but they're actually just bare aluminum. So going from white to aluminum isn't going to be a very, big change if it is approved tonight. Exact same size. He's not proposing to change the size of the holes of the windows. The exact same holes will be used for the replacement window. So no boxing in of any crazy material or anything like that. Simply just taking out the old original size windows and putting back new windows. Staff believes the proposed changes will not have any negative effect to the historic nature of the structure, and we do recommend approval of the COA. And just to give you an idea real quick of what building we're talking about here. Media room. There you go. So that is it right there. So this is at one time a church. It has been repurposed since Charlie has bought it to a few different things. He's actually housed his office there in the back part for a little while, decided to move out of there. So currently I believe there is a daycare operating out of there, and STEM group is operating in some capacity out of there. So with that, that's all I have. If you have any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer those. And the applicant is here tonight to give you further information or answer any questions that you have.
Okay, thank you very much, Derek.
Uh-huh.
Do we have any questions? All right, Mr. Campbell, would you like to speak? Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. Charlie Campbell here, and as Mr. Warren noted, I own the building at 223 West North Street. He also said the building is on the corner of Northwest and West North, but it's also on the southeast corner of Northwest and West North. Say that about 10 times. Nothing really big about it. The roof is obvious. You know what dimensional shingles are. The current roof is getting wore down, and I don't really like the look of the white shingle anyway. It's gray. It's kind of a gray white. The windows, though, are another story. I'm not sure what you do in a case like this other than a replacement window. These windows are aluminum. They're aluminum framed, and they're just a single pane of glass. So, you know, they sweat. They're not efficient at all. They are a what's called a single hung, so the top stays stationary and the bottom goes up and down. And we're proposing a double hung window, not for any real reason except that they both sashes will tilt in so you can clean them from the inside. You don't have to go outside to do it. So it's sort of an easy thing. But again, these these aluminum frame windows, have a flange that go behind the stone. You don't see it, you wouldn't know that. So they have to be cut out pretty, gingerly, and I'm not sure what the other option is. The only other option on new windows would be to frame in and put a smaller window in, and I don't think that's a good idea either. So the only way to get a full-size window in is this replacement type, as far as I know. Besides that, the building has been used since I've owned it, and I've owned it now maybe, I forgot now, five years, maybe 6. And we did go through a state release building permit for all the interior work. We actually added a washroom in there, and oh my goodness, we put some walls in and things like that and sort of made a back entrance. So it actually has a full basement with a front and a back entrance and door for the basement, and it has a north entrance and a west entrance to the upstairs. What else is there to say? I'm not sure. I'd be happy to answer anything, though.
Jeff, have anything?
I don't have any questions.
Thank you very much.
Straightforward.
Well, Commission, this is pretty straightforward with that. I would entertain a motion to approve the COA as submitted. He's provided all the instructions. And
I'll make a motion along with the comments that I think the windows you're talking about replacing these aluminum ones with that I've been around before, it will look much nicer too. It's going to look nice.
I agree. We have a motion, a second.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much. All right, and with that, I don't believe we have any other items on the agenda, I believe. Any other business to come before the commission? Hearing none, I would seek a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you very much. Oh, okay, I will approve